Follow me.
Fall in behind me here.
I am listening.
Very well.
Oh, I say, I remember you. You were the one with those interesting silver shards. Although I am afraid I am not certain if I introduced myself the first time we met, did I? Yes, you did, Aldenon. Excellent. Good to see I haven't completely forgotten my manners. Tend to be a little forgetful at times, you know? I am aware. Did you, know we're here to rescue you? Oh yes, that's right. I was captured, wasn't I? Truth be told, I totally forgot about it. They gave me these tomes in some peace and quiet, and well, I suppose I just lost track of time. You see these books? They all concern some sort of horrific ritual. Something about bringing shadow and powers and all the recipients involved. Oh, to all the recipients involved. I haven't gotten all the details down yet. Wanted to do a thorough study first, but it all seems terribly threatening. Don't care for it all. Sounds dangerous. Sounds like it needs to be stopped, which they're probably doing it now. Well, I don't know if they'll actually try to perform the ritual. If so, they'd best be careful. The slightest disruption could have lethal consequences. Mark my words, it always pays to triple-check your wards and post guards to prevent interruptions if you ever plan to do something of this sort. You know, it does remind me of this one time where I had let my ward down and let a messenger in, and this kidnapper struck completely They could be performing the ritual right now. We need to stop it. Oh, I doubt they're going to do anything of the sort. I told them that it would be unwise, might cause untold damage. Well, everyone except themselves. They seemed to agree, and were quite receptive to my advice. You young people worry too much about your elders. We're not the ones running headlong into danger all the time. Look, they lied to you. How do we stop the ritual? Well, stop it would be easy. Simply do what you young people do best. Kick down the door and make a lot of noise. Like my gardener after too many swigs from his wineskin. Do you know where they might be doing the ritual? They would need a lot of room and privacy for the ritual, so would simply find a large room with heavy doors and lots of chanting. That should be the one. I'll take care of them then. You get out of here and go warn Neverwinter. Well, alright. As long as I could come back later, you know. Save these books. I mean, they even have a copy of the Tome of Vile Dark. I'm not saying again, go. Alright, I'll leave at once. This whole ruckus is probably about nothing as usual. Just like my kidnapping in Black Lake. Mm-hmm.
Ready or not?
Give me a moment.
Nice work. Don't suppose you left any for us? Why bother? You wouldn't have done anything anyways. Don't let him bother you. He's always like this. Very well. In any case, we still need to find Aldenon and the rest of the Arcane Brotherhood. Aldenon's safe and heading back to Neverwinter.
Yes.
Glad to hear it. Now we should... this is, impeding. Part of our impending doom. What, what's going on? I feel weak. It's probably Black Garius' ritual. We need to stop it. Aldenon claimed they were going to... Garius was going to attempt a dark ritual, and it looks like he was right. Black Garius here? Our chances against him are slim. And I'm being optimistic. We still need to stop him. Agreed. The odds we do need to find... Whatever the odds, we need to find Garius and stop him. You're right, of course. Lead the way. Shadow Priestess, this will be fun. You may not pass. Our king forbids it. Garius will be reborn this night. Reborn? What are you talking about? Reborn in darkness and freed from his mortal shell, Garius will join with the King of Shadows and become one with him in eternal darkness, ever living, ever serving. So you mean he'll become an undead? Undead? What is that but a word? To join with the king is not to become some shambling corpse. Put aside such words and see the truth for what it is. Light is an illusion, shadow is truth, our king is truth. Garius will join with him, become an extension of his will. Is that not a reward? Is that not paradise? If you think that's paradise, you're deranged. Come forth, brothers and sisters, help us in the name of the king. What's that? It's a lot of power emanating from it. Watch your fingers. A glowing door is rarely a good thing, I've found. Then again, glowing doors usually guard something quite valuable, so maybe we should take a quick look. The door is heavily warded. It would take more than most of the mages in Neverwinter to undo them. It would take time we don't have. It looks like it's sealed with some unlock-me-not enchantment, I suppose. We could try to open it, but it would just be a waste of time, as you can probably tell from the name of the enchantment. I'd watch it. I don't know what's wrong with the door, but it's either really good or considerably out of luck. Probably really, really bad. Let's worry about getting the door open later. We still have a fight ahead. Not really, because people broke item.
Something you want?
Sorry, face. Their time has come.
Alright. We'll come back for the shiny door later. Alright, onward. This doesn't look good. My, it's another one of those blade golem. And so well crafted, too. Those blades look like they could cut through stone. It looks like we finally have a decent fight ahead of on our hands. Bring the thing down! There we go.
You four, ignore them. Keep concentrating. The rest of you, kill them.
Well,
idiots, you're not focusing.
hee hee hee.
What have you done to me?
That worked. What was going on in here? What you see here is the price one pays for attempting to use power without the means to control it. I'm sorry, Sand. I could barely hear you over the condensation. Did you mean that thinly veiled lesson for all of us, or just me? I was speaking of Garius, Quara, but it is a lesson you could stand to learn, I think. What are we standing around for? We beat Garius and his wizards. Come on, let's search their bodies. Really, Mishka? Well done. We've earned our swords this day, I think. Would have been nice to crush Garius ourselves, but a little more satisfying for him to be undone by his own ritual. We have prevented a great evil here, but something still feels wrong. Perhaps it is simply the after effect of the ritual and its powers. The power here is what I felt at the heart of the mare. It's almost as strong. We have stopped this ritual, but we should remain on our guard. Shadow still touches this place and these bodies. We need to report back to Neverwinter immediately and tell Lord Nasher what happened here. We need to see if the Brotherhood might have anything important on him first. Make it fast. Return to me when you're ready. Alright. I think that's it. Alright, Val, let's head back. Yeah, we're ready to go. Sveven, get some men down here to haul the Luskan filth out of our keep. Should we bury them, sir? Don't bother, just pile them up and burn them. And see if we can get that glowing door upstairs open as well. Don't want to leave any surprises for the next tenant.
Forgive me, Master Aldenon. I'm afraid I do not understand.
Very well. Let us set aside the broader metaphor of the stone and narrow our attention to the fact that it has been cleft in two, which, while not a fact, is a smaller metaphor than the first. You see, at first glance, the two halves both appear as separate stones, but they were both once one stone, yet not. Do you follow?
Ah, welcome. I was just speaking with Master Aldenon concerning one of the prisoners you recovered from Garius, a woman, but not of Neverwinter or Luskan, or even perhaps this plane of existence. The prisoner has asked for you, personally. I was hoping you might be able to help us out concerning her identity, or her intentions. Aldenon has a theory, but I'm afraid...
If you both would simply listen! The comparison to a big rock, is a simple one, almost perfect. This prisoner you have, it seems that she is of the same stone as the Githyanki, but yet she is not. You see, both were once one people. At one time, even though time is a very difficult thing to measure depending on the plane, and that's not counting time in the astral plane or on...
Forgive me, Aldenon. Is this prisoner a threat or not?
Oh, I don't know that. I do know that the Gitzerai and the Githyanki have been in a state of war for millennia. It is common knowledge.
Of course, an oversight on my part.
So, I should think if your young lieutenant here, well met again, by the way, you seem to be everywhere, is hunted by the Githyanki, then the Gitzerai and this Gitzerai prisoner would be allies by default. But I could be mistaken. I suppose we could see if she tries to kill any of us, but that test has numerous procedural flaws in its execution, if you will pardon the semantics. She seemed reasonable enough when we spoke together in Crossroad Keep, but there was a foot of stone between us, which is notoriously hard for a blade to cut through to kill someone on the other side. And speaking of Crossroad Keep, I am rather anxious to return there, so if you would both excuse me, I will set out there at once to see if we can dig anything out of the library there. Good day, and I hope the prisoner doesn't attempt to kill you. She didn't seem the type, but you know how assassins are.
Despite the advice of Master Aldenon, I think it would be best if you simply spoke to the prisoner and let this matter sort itself out, without further speculation.
I felt your presence before my eyes fell upon you, Kalakcha. Step forward. Let me look upon you.
They said you asked for me by name?
Your name. Your name is not how I know you. Know this name our enemies have draped upon you. This Kalakcha. Its sound travels far, even reaching the ears of my people. At first, my people thought our enemies had erred, that they did not know that of which they speak. But here, now, as you stand in my presence, I see the truth. I did not think it possible, but the key by which you may know yourself lies within you. I know much of the problems that beset your people and mine. The reason behind these attacks upon your heart and home. You will have no greater ally in this than I. In exchange for my aid, it is my will I be freed, so that I might travel with you and aid you against these enemies.
Why would you wish to travel with me?
This cell is abhorrent to me. It is a shackle of stone encasing me. It causes memories of the ways of the Illithids to surface in my mind. I have borne this indignity because I knew that it would bring you to me, and a greater truth will be known.
So in exchange for what you know, you only wish to travel with me.
I heard you were here. You fought bravely, and we took them almost completely by surprise. You are to be commended, both for your efforts and the lives spared this day. Had you not been there, we would have many less brave men standing with us today, along with what may be the key to taking this battle to our enemies.
In freeing me, know you have gained more than you ever would have torn from the lips and thoughts of our enemies.
Then speak. Aldenon does not think you are allied with these enemies, these Githyanki, and his word carries weight with me, fortunately for you.
Then know the trade between us is this. Release me from this prison. Let my path become that of the Kalakcha. In return, I will grant you the knowing of this threat, and all the darkness its shadow casts.
We promise an honest hearing, and if your tale rings true, we will grant your freedom.
Then listen to me, and know this threat for what it is. But we cannot do it here. in this prison where my words echo and the shadows fall thick around us.
And why should we allow your freedom until we hear what you have to say?
Because if you deny me that, then anything I can do to aid you will prove useless. I seek to know this plane, this world that I am to help you save, and to speak honestly to it, so that it might hear what strikes at its heart. And that means that I must see your lands, what you would spill blood for, and what you have spilled blood for.
Then I know of just the place where you can see what we fight for. Make your way back to Crossroad Keep as soon as you are able. I shall meet you there.
Alright, where... Oh yeah, Crossroad Keep. We're heading back there. Hey, Wolf's companion. You need anything, Captain? No, farewell. Alright. At least they cleaned it up, buried the bodies. Oh, we got Grey Cloaks here now. I'm proud to be under your command, Captain. Captain? What are you talking about?
It's seen better days. And will again. This keep was destroyed during the war with the King of Shadows. It was a dark time for Neverwinter, but we persevered, as you have this day.
Indeed, it looks like this Crossroad Keep is being rebuilt.
I have brought you back here under orders, for Lord Nasher has a new task for you, and perhaps our guest can see what it is you'll be fighting for in the coming days. These people you see around you, they are now yours to command as you see fit. You are their captain in Neverwinter's service. Make this keep ready for war. Gather troops to your banner, and be prepared to strike when this enemy reveals itself. To help you manage the keep, Lord Nasher has assigned you an officer, Kana, and Master Vidal has been contracted to help you rebuild the keep and the surrounding area. You are the master of this keep now. You have earned it through service and blood, and you have earned my trust, and that of Lord Nasher. This is your land. Defend it, for the sake of your people and the sake of Neverwinter.
Look, even now shadows fall upon this plain, yet still its beauty persists. It is not surprising to me that our enemies wish to mar this place with their blades and their war.
I need to know about what you know about this threat.
Know this. The first glimpses of this conflict you have seen are not the first. They are but glimpses of things that travel well into the past and the present. It is all part of a greater war. A war almost as great as the one that split my people on the Sword of Gith long ago. And the tragedy is tied to such a blade. These shadows you see, there is a lord who dwells in darkness with them. And he has fought on this plane before against those who have embraced Gith's hatred, the Githyanki. This lord and the Githyanki, it is difficult to know the true hatred between them. He attacked them long ago, attempted to cast his shadows upon their fortresses in the plains beyond. The fighting was terrible, fierce, and it was only through the deaths of thousands of Githyanki that this King of Shadows was driven back. But no matter how many countless thousands of their people they lost, they were only capable of severing the portal through which he could attack them. And so, the Githyanki were denied a victory and forestalled their war for a time. But know that the Githyanki do not forget their enemies. And though the King of Shadows had been driven back, still they sought a way to reach him, to kill him. And as terrible as knowing the followers of Gith hunt for you, even more dangerous is this lord, this King of Shadows.
Where is this King of Shadows, and how do we stop him?
Know that I will aid you if I can, but it may already be too late. The King of Shadows was not always tied to darkness, and that is part of the tragedy. His will was once devoted to an ancient empire to the protection of its people. He was once the light of Ilfarn, empowered with the strength to protect them from their enemies, and he was bound to the natural magics of the plane, the weave. But as much as a ritual created the guardian that was to be Shadow, there is a ritual that will unmake him. It is a ritual of purification, designed to allow him peace when his days of sacrifice are done and the Empire needs him no longer. If the ritual does exist, it lies within the ruined Ilfarn city of Arvan. It is there you must go to purify yourself and gain the strength for the battle ahead. I have marked the location upon your map.
That is what it takes. That is what must be done.
Know that this path is a dangerous one. Even the people of Ilfarn, as powerful as they were unable to defeat the King of Shadows. But know that this ritual of purification and the blade of our enemies are the only chance of success in this.
And why is it that I need to do this? Not that I won't, I'm just curious why it falls upon me.
He can already make his presence felt beyond his chains. The advantage is his. If you cannot strike at an enemy, know your battle is already lost. You doubt me, and that is because you do not know me. You need allies, Kalakcha, not more enemies and doubt to divide you. For in dividing the mind, you divide the battlefield and you cut your strength in half. I am a Zerth, and I swear upon the circle of Zerthamon that what I speak to you I know to be true. And know that your life is as precious to me as it is for the followers of Gith to end it. And this king, know that he threatens us all.
Very well.
This title of Kalakcha, do you know it? You wear that title because the name knows you, even if you do not know it yourself. But let me speak my thought plainly, without circles of meaning. They call you the Shard-Bearer, this Kalakcha, because you carry a piece of Gith's blade within you, near the heart, and you have always borne it close to you. It was once said that Gith's blade, once drawn, would never find a scabbard again. And now it is sheathed within you. It sings, and they can hear it as I hear it, whispering all the hate of Gith and the war she sought to bring to the plains. A war that would have ended us all if Zerthamon had not met her blade with his at the pronouncement of two skies.
What must I do? Hold on, why am I so important to you?
The Githyanki and my people are tied in a way by such a weapon. And now that weapon is you. Know that you are the only one who can reforge Gith's blade and use it once more in a battle. A battle that will free your lands and people from an evil even greater than the evil the Illithid sought to bring upon my people. There is no other. And if the title of Kalakcha displeases you, then know that you must make another title, and perhaps your name shall be the battle cry by which this ancient enemy, this King of Shadows, will be defeated.
Very well, so you will travel with me?
I make this pronouncement to you, greater than the bond of two deaths as one, with a strength that echoes the pronouncement of two skies. I make the pronouncement of three in darkness, two in light. As the two of us shall meet this king in his fortress, it shall become a battle of three. And when it is over, the two of us shall walk in the light and you will taste true freedom, just as Gith and Zerthamon did when they broke the will of the Illithid at Sagrasa's end. It is my life I am giving you, Kalakcha, and I ask that you let me share your path with you.
Thank you, Sajavi, and I welcome your help.
Then we shall speak no more of it, now that my vow is spoken. Now we must travel to the ruins of the culture of Ilfarn, and there undergo the rituals you will need to arm your spirit against the King of Shadows.
Very well. Where are these ruins?
I have marked the location of the city on your map. There we shall find what we seek and complete the ritual of purification.
Okay. Oh, it's all broke.
Sorry, I can't do that.
Let's see what we have for an inn. But we want to see, you know. Okay, look, Bishop is here. So, no longer at the Flagon? Saul? Saul, why did you leave the Flagon? It's you, Captain, right? It's Saul from the Sunken Flagon. Well, formerly the Flagon. I've been wiping tables for your uncle for years, with always the promise of starting my own inn. But it always seemed to be just words until you came along. Once I heard what you were doing here, I packed my bags, wrote a note, and here I am. So you wanted to, what, run an inn? What, you thought I wanted to wash plates and tankards the rest of my life? I've always wanted to start my own inn. This keep's got everything going for it. It's right on the high road, it gets plenty of merchants and caravans, and it got, well, you too. I figure I can turn this into a respectable inn, with clean entertainment and good food. I mentioned I'm a cook, right? I see. Well, I am looking forward to working with you. You're the boss. Well, the real boss is Lord Nasher, and his agent already approved everything. You'll get plenty of this. I'll bring customers provided a place for merchants to drink, eat, and spend a little money. Look, trust me, you need an inn, and that means an innkeeper. Me! And drinks will always be on the house, Captain. Alright, well, how's business? Yeah, we got business. Not a lot, but there are people dropping by. Things could be better. I've been talking with the Master Bard, who's willing to send an apprentice to perform here. But he wants the place to be livelier, someone to dance to his music, he says. So if you spot anyone who wants to work here, grab him. Oh, I do know a dancer.